Hey guys, it's TheFrXion here, or Tiger Tank 12, however you want to call me, I don't really care. Welcome back to World of Tanks. Very quick thing, just a little funny kind of excursion into the madness that is the World of Tanks premium shop. They're selling the Feast. Now, if you have paid any attention, you might know that they do this every single year, at least on the North American server, on Thanksgiving. This is not the first big bundle that we've seen. It's probably the third or fourth time that they're doing it. Now, prior, these Feast bundles were really, really bad. I think there was a majority of tier 6 tanks, tier 7 tanks, but only a very select few tier 8 premiums were in there. Now, they did cut it down, $1,000, which is about, here, 970 francs is about $1,000 if you convert it. That is a lot of money. At least for me, it's a lot of money. Obviously, there are people out there that are situated a lot better than me, financially speaking. So $1,000 would maybe not be that important for them. But still, it's $1,000 for pixel tanks. Now, I paid a lot more for all the tanks that I bought over the years, since I've been playing this game for about 10 years, more than 10 years now. And I bought a lot. I stopped buying premium tanks last year around 2020. I think at the end of 2020 I stopped because I didn't want to invest any more money into World Tanks when they had so many issues, and I haven't bought anything. I've just got all the things with the money that I still had, with the gold, or I did complete certain events for premium tanks. Now, the thing is, they have released probably 10 or 12 premium tanks during that time where I didn't buy anything, and every single premium tank they at least sold for about $40. I think that is for a tier 8. $40 is about like the cheapest you can get unless there's a sale. Now, the thing is, I've been thinking, this deal, if you think about it, you get 145 tanks, 360 days of premium. I wanted to know how many tier 8 tanks are in there, because it has always been fun to see how many tier 8s they put in the year before, and it was always like 4 or 5, and this time around it's actually 63. So you get 63 tier 8 premiums. That is a very, very large amount. You get like the Object 703 version 2, the T77, KV5, T26E5, you actually get quite a few very good ones as well. The Object 252U, the Defender. You can also get the Malware. But obviously, I'm not trying to make like a commercial for Wargaming. I don't want to promote this because I think this is absurd. I don't think that a lot of people will be buying this because it's a lot of money. It's a big investment. I don't think you need as many premium tanks. I obviously have been a tank collector. I've been playing this game and I invested a lot of money into it. But I would probably never buy this bundle for me because it's a very big, sudden move where you have to spend a lot of money at one time. So let's talk a little bit about who Wargaming are trying to get into buying this bundle, because I think that is a very interesting question, because this is probably has to go to players who have not played a lot of tanks, who have not played a lot of World Tanks, or who have not had a lot of premium tanks, because why would I buy this kind of set when I already own about 40, 50, 60, 70% of those tier 8 vehicles, or even tier 7s? It wouldn't make any sense for me, right? I've already spent my money. So who are they trying to reel in with this little, this little feast, as they are calling it? They have to try to, at least they probably are trying to get the whales. They're trying to get those new players that are already spending a lot of money on other games, and they have a bit of a problem with spending as much money at one time, and they're trying to reel those players in. They're trying to reel in players that play the game but don't have a lot of premium tanks, to maybe think of buying all of them, to have all of them at once. They're trying to get players in here that maybe just started the game to, you know what, here, have this huge bundle and you'll be set. You don't have to buy anything more, and it's just like, wow, huge numbers, 145 tanks, 360 days, premium, wow, like these numbers, you get all of these tanks, like it's a huge list. And I think this is I don't want to say it's a predatory kind of deal, because it certainly is. It is aimed towards a very a very specific audience. Like, I don't think that they are catering this to the the standard World Tanks player who's just logging in, playing a couple of games, has maybe 1 or 2 premium tanks, because they will not buy this bundle. They're trying to lure in those big fish that are that are ready to pay big bucks just to get the amount of premium tanks. Now, if you think about this, like, in terms of value for money, it actually is a good deal. Now, hear me out. Don't rip off my head. It's a good deal if you would take into account that every single tank would cost you $40. But at the same time, this is a horrible deal. I hope no one takes this deal, because this is a very dangerous kind of route. I really hope that no one buys this, or that the people that buy it are really at a good financial place, because paying $1,000 at one time is a lot of money that you're spending in one go on a video game. Now, I really hope no one buys it. Now, if you think about it, it certainly is value for money. But the players that have already played this game and that have, think about that it's value for money, those players usually already own quite a few premium tanks. So they will not buy it. Now, the players that are new, they are thinking, oh, these premium tanks are so powerful, they're so great, I want to get few. They see this, and the ones with money, they're like, oh my god, you know what? I'm going to hit it. That's where I'm going. And that's the players that Wargaming is aiming for, those new players that are loaded with cash. And there's always that danger that some kid would just buy this without, looking into the financial situation because of the credit card of their parents. And they're thinking, look at those numbers. That is great. I always wanted to have a CS52 Liz, a G-Sword 1008, or the Bisonte C45. And they just hit that button. And the Wargaming are right there and opening their huge wallets to get all that money in there. So I think, obviously, this deal, it's a total joke. It's completely over the top. And it's aimed at really a very specific kind of crowd. So I hope you understand my viewpoint. I do not want to support this, but I think it's fascinating, because actually value for money, it's pretty good. But it really only targets a very select few. I'm not sure. Are you thinking about picking this up? Is anyone interested in this? I already have the premium tank, so I don't really care anymore. But obviously, I think this is it's a bit sketchy, at least. This deal is definitely sketchy. It has been sketchy every single year that they've done it, but this time around, it actually, with the tier 8 tanks, it makes a lot more sense than the other last few years. But obviously, it's a very select few. So, yeah, going to be live streaming soon, so hope I see you guys then. Until then, have a good one.